Živjo, Ivy here. Welcome back to my channel, and let us set up my reading journal for January and all the books that I read that month. Now, I did not read many books in January, which is a shocker since I usually read around 4 books. But somehow either it's a reading slump or I just did not feel like reading. So I end up with just 2 books. And honestly, if there are any books, at least for me, to get me back into reading, is basically either a romance book, even if it doesn't matter if it's cheesy or whatever, it somehow just gets me into reading. And I think it was a good start because I'm reading in February a little bit better than in January. So this setup is what I was planning to make it more purple, and I made the setup rather simple, nothing too special. Now sadly I have to say that 2026 reading did not start strong, but I will get there because I saw, oh yeah, this washi tape is a disaster because it just like breaks off, and I had to like fix it, and it's fine. Basically what I was trying to say is I will get to certain books. I found some short books if I ever feel like reading slump. I think those books will help. That's what I'm thinking. If you have any short books that you already read and you think they're fine, please write them down. I also have so many flowers, stickers, and I really need to use them up because it's taking my space how many flower stickers I have. So this has to go. So I'm making it very pretty. These scissors are so weird when they make this nice shape. It's really nice, but when you want to cut, it just doesn't go so smoothly. It just gets stuck because the teeth of these scissors are done very different to get the smooth teeth. But yeah, here's the preparation just for 2 books. And now we're going to the calendar. As usual, I also write down how many pages I read, which was very little. And formats, I read 2 books, and both of these books I own. So one is a romance book, that was the first one, and the other one is that people have been saying that it's a really good duology, I believe. It's a fantasy book. So how did your month in January go? Did you read more books than I did? I hope you did, because I didn't do all that well. Honestly, at first when I was trying this calendar, I didn't feel like this is a good idea. Basically, the calendar is used like you use a certain color of your pencil or a watercolor or whatever. Basically, you draw a line. When did you start and when did you end the book? And then you like write down which book that was. And honestly, when you use different colors for different books, it actually looks really nice, pretty actually. But at the beginning I made a really big mistake and it looked ugly and I didn't like it. Now I got used to it and I think this is pretty fine. Alright, the first book is The King of Rat by Huang. And this is romance, a bit dark type of romance. Tropes are enemies to lovers and forced proximity, and this is a story about Dante and Vivian. And I did quite enjoy it. So basically, as usual, when you go like with a bit of a darker romance or romance in general, you have this very rich man who doesn't need no one, no woman. He's kind of forced into marrying our girl Vivian, but Vivian doesn't know that this arranged marriage is kind of her father is forcing Dante to marry Vivian or else his brother is going to suffer. So basically blackmail. And of course they didn't get along. Specifically Dante didn't want nothing to do with Vivian. But of course feelings start to change and they get attracted to one another. They're starting to get closer and yeah, in the end they did get married, but not immediately, because of course there was drama and Vivian did figure out what her father has done. And this is something that I'm pretty sure it even happens in real life. Perhaps I'm pretty sure it does, that the parents not only are like not forced marriage but like arranged marriages are still happening, and they are marrying their kid to this family so that they get recognition. So if they are already rich like Vivian's family, but Dante is a whole big league, right? He's old money where her family is new money, so they're not yet so accepted in the rich world of these people. So they want to fit in, so they are ready to like basically sell their daughter, which they already did with their first daughter, which I forgot her name and I didn't write it down. And now they're doing it the same with Vivian. And that is effed up. Seriously. But yeah, of course, there's a lot of spice. And I really, all in all, did enjoy this book. So far, a good start to this series. And the second book is Divine Rivals. I heard a lot about this book and I'm finally reading it. This is fantasy, romance, historical. It's YA. This is rivals to lovers. Even some did say like enemies. I don't think they're enemies, they are rivals. It's kind of reminded me, what was that book called? Wait, I have it here, just a minute. The Hating Game. It's basically like your rivals at work, who is going to get the better position at work. So this is basically what was going on right at the beginning of the book. And our girl Iris really needed this position because she already was not good with money, and her rival Roman, Ronan, okay. He already comes from more richer family. And in here also it happens to be like arranged marriages, and it was supposed to be between Roman and another woman or another girl, because I think they're just about to turn 18. I think Iris turned 18 here. But all in all, they are at war with these two gods, which kind of reminds me like Hades and Persephone, because this god was pursuing this female goddess to be his wife and all that, but she kind of cheated, put him to sleep, and she vanishes, and now he's starting a war for her to show up, and it's basically people are dying. Not cool. So it's not just them, right? Basically, what is their job? They're journals. They're writing. They are journalists, and they are writing paper. And when Iris didn't get this position, and something else happened in her family, she had absolutely nothing to lose, and she just resigned. She didn't work for that company anymore, and she went to their enemy company, because they added like this paper who wants to go to the war side and write down the journalist and be a journalist there and write everything back. And so Iris accepted that. But here's the magic. No, it's not just the magic between just this world of gods and at war. Magic typewriters. How did they get them? And that's how they can write letters to each other, and they didn't even know to who they are writing these letters. Basically, I really don't want to tell too much about it, but it's really interesting story, and it did me a little tear did come from my eyes, so I did like, you're gonna see it when I write it down. But yeah, I see why people like this book, and I'm very interested in what happens in the second one, because it's getting really interesting. Alright, this is my end result. This is my January reading journal, and I think it's really pretty. I really like it. And so yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Ciao ciao!